it's time to debunk some myths related to real estate sales. Number one, a lot of people think that realtors make a lot of money without doing any work. Bull crap. Have you ever sat at a negotiating table? Have you ever put in the work to obtain a new client? Have you ever put in the work to cater to the needs of a potential client? Then have you ever put in the work to take care of that client once that client is ready to do business with you? Have you ever put in the work or dealt with people who think from here, not from here? Most people think from here. Have you ever dealt with people who make irrational decisions that could impact their purchasing power, their ability to purchase a home? You probably haven't. Most people haven't. All of this requires a lot of work. Yes, you have to sign contracts to take care of each other's financial boundaries, to respect each other's financial boundaries. But a lot of work goes in from the time you start finding a new client to the time you actually close that client. It's all about customer service, but it ain't that easy. You see, they say the bigger the reward, the bigger the risk, the greater the reward. Well, in real estate sales, if you don't find a client, if you don't close a client, you ain't eating that day. There will be no food for you and the family. Get your facts right. Number two, so I've been making a lot of cold calls. I've been actually making a ton more cold calls ever since COVID-19 hit, because I've been sitting at home and my job was to get more clients, build future relationships in business. And I've had 3 or 4, I made thousands and thousands of calls. I spoke to hundreds of people. Out of all those 100, I only had about 4 or 5 people say, well, times must be really tough because you're having to resort to making cold calls. Well, number one, salesmen should always be making cold calls to acquire new business. The bigger your book of business, the more money goes into your bank. But it does not mean that times are tough for you. It could be that you're proactive. You're calling people to see if you can do something for them. You see, there are a lot of salesmen out there, right? In real estate. How do you differentiate yourself from all those people? Rather than you sit down and wait for people to call you, which is very rare, what you do is you go out, take things under your own control, and you reach out to people and say, hey, anything in the world I can do for you. That does not mean that you're going through tough times. I will still be making calls once COVID-19 is over. I will still be knocking on doors, because for me, it's about building relationships, getting a bigger book of business. Number 3, real estate agents will be going out of business in the next couple of years. I've been hearing this for the last 4 to 5 years. People think that because companies like Zillow and Redfin are coming about, they're offering their service for one-person commission, that real estate agents, traditional realtors like myself, will be out of business. That is false. Because number one, you don't understand the business model of such technological companies. Number 2, what a real live human being offers cannot be replaced by any technology. If you look at Amazon, if you look at any major company, successful company, a bigger bank, you know what's their distinguishing customer service factor experience? Real life human being situated in the United States of America. What does that tell you? It tells you that people do not want to talk to a robot when they call somebody. They don't want to press 1 to get to this option, press 2 to get to this option. No, they want a goddamn real human being with whom they can share their issue, and their issue can be resolved like this. So to all those who think that technology companies will replace real estate agents, my friend, You need to get your facts right once again. Until next time.